Tell me, what's your experience been, or what would it have been as an intern, new to the company culture and everything else, if you had have worked from home?
I think a big part of it is definitely the networking aspect. I feel like if I were to be home this whole summer, I would be missing that part of really getting to know the people in the office and figuring out how I work with other people and how effective I can be on a team. And that's something that I definitely believe is the best thing about this summer so far.
Right, because we're on site right now, it's definitely helpful. We get to see the day-to-day operations, we get to overhear conversations, stuff like that we wouldn't get to be able to do if we're just on Zoom calls every hour or so.
I think just asking the question, what does an intern feel about work from home, pretty much answered it. It illuminates the entire thing, because the idea of an intern who doesn't come to the office is absurd. You've got to be in the office. You have to collaborate. That's something, it's a little bit of a cliche now. There's a good reason for that. The cliches are there because everyone recognizes the truth behind them. So yes, we have to go to the office, but the idea that you don't have to be there at specific hours and you don't have to be there all the time is hugely beneficial. Now, my commute's not terrible, but for people who've got a commute of maybe an hour each way, if you give those people back 10 hours a week out of their lives, you've not only done them a great service, but you've also opened them up for the opportunity to be a lot more efficient in their use of time for the business.
Well, something that I can definitely speak to is if it were to be just online, I think there's a little bit less pressure and there's a little bit less nervousness coming into the office. However, actually being in this space, I understand that the pressure is something that is amazing, and it's awesome to be able to get a deadline and work through it all day and make sure that we have effectively given back what we worked on all day, and just having that pressure to really push us through.
I just think it's the small side conversations, walking to and from the conference room, you're getting to meet people, talk to people, get pulled in on a last minute project. I think those are just important things that you just don't get if you're not in the office.
I felt the same way. I don't know if you guys know this, but I joined JLL right before the pandemic. Being out that whole time, it really didn't help me get to know my colleagues in the way that I should have. But now that we are back and, we're doing what we're doing in the office now, it has really helped with collaboration and those relationships and networking as well.